It's time once again for That Business Show with Jamie Meloni on 1250 Wins WHNZ, where business becomes show business. Now, live in studio and promoting the entrepreneurial spirit that drives the American economy, your host, Jamie Meloni.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to That Business Show with Jamie Meloni, where business becomes show business. Catch this show on here weekdays at 8 a.m. on 1250 WHNZ, as this show is all about our business owners and entrepreneurs and people making a difference in and around the Tampa Bay community. It's a show, again, with a positive message, and take a break from all the talking heads on the airwaves complaining about the issues around the politics and all that stuff. So this show, again, all about our business owners and entrepreneurs. And as always, I extend an invite to the people in our community making a difference and who would like to be highlighted on the show. Feel free to send me an email. Best way to get me, jamie@tampabayradio.com, and let me know what it is that you're doing. And I'd love to hear from you and may be able to get you in on a show. Got a lot of slots to fill, and there is no charge. So don't let that stop you. Again, please feel free to email me, jamie@tampabayradio.com. Also, catch show recaps and past shows over at my website, tampabayradio.com. And also connect with me on all the social networking sites. I'm over on Facebook under That Business Show, and Twitter under the handle Jamie_Meloni. Today is Wednesday. Not only is it April 1st, so be on the lookout for April 1st jokes. I'll give a heads up to some of the people out there. I know I'm privy to falling for some of the April Fool's jokes. I made sure to put that on my calendar and then be looking out for any and all jokes on this April 1st. But not only is it April 1st, but it's also Working Women Wednesdays here on That Business Show with Jamie Meloni. This is a weekly feature highlighting two professional women each and every Wednesday, and sponsored by the Working Women of Tampa Bay Networking Group and its founder and CEO of Jessica Ravelli. And I also have her on the phone with me right now, Jessica Ravelli, again, founder and CEO of the Working Women of Tampa Bay Networking Group. Jessica, how are you doing today?
Good, Jamie. How are you? It is April Fool's, isn't it?
Yeah. Did you remember, or did you forget yourself?
Yeah. Well, I did remember. The funny story about April Fool's is this is actually the 5th anniversary of me leaving television news to go off on my entrepreneurial journey and to take Working Women of Tampa Bay as a full-time venture. And so my last day in TV was on April Fool's. And looking back, I think some of my coworkers thought it was an April Fool's joke that I was actually leaving, because in television, not a lot of people leave to, go off and run their own business. They usually go off and do PR and other type of industries. So looking back 5 years ago, I think my coworkers thought I was playing a little bit of a practical joke on them, and it was a Friday. I think they thought I was going to be in on
Right.
Monday morning, and when I wasn't, they're like, oh, maybe that wasn't a joke.
Yeah, it can kind of be a little bit of a deterrent to conduct official business on April 1st if you have to terminate somebody, or if you're telling your boss that, it's time for you to move on. I guess maybe April 1st isn't maybe the best day to do that. Maybe you should consider doing that on the day before or the day after to avoid that type of response, just as you experienced years ago when you left the TV world to start, your own entrepreneurial journey. So let's talk a little bit about the Women's Entrepreneur Exchange. I know that you wanted to bring that up on today's show. So what can you tell me about this?
Yeah, well, the two guests that you have in studio today, Julianne Nichols and Karen Gilman, are actually the women who help facilitate the Women's Entrepreneur Exchange that we do the first Tuesday of every month at Karen's beautiful office, which is On Point, which is over on Rocky Point. Gorgeous office. And so Julianne facilitates a 10-person mastermind type round table that goes on. And the reason why we started that was because we were seeing so many women in our organization who were in the startup phase, or even, 5 years or less in their business, and they were running into challenges. And the thing about being an entrepreneur, and that TBBJ just did a huge write-up on this in the last couple of weeks, is it's, sometimes it can be lonely, especially if you're a solo entrepreneur. And there's not a lot of people to bounce ideas off of if you're working from home, or, a lot of times you might be doing something like a virtual office space, which is what Karen has. And so you may not have the option to brainstorm and work through challenges because you're in an environment where you're often, by yourself working. And so what the Women's Entrepreneur Exchange does, and Karen and Julianne can elaborate a little bit more, is it gets these women in a room and allows them to share resources, and more importantly, it allows them to work through challenges. So that's why I really wanted Karen and Julianne to come on today to talk a little bit about, what we're doing there. And they have fantastic businesses, so it'll be interesting to hear both of their stories. But We Too is something that's really become something of a passion of mine as well, and something that we're really trying to make sure that Working Women continues with as far as supporting women entrepreneurs, especially in the startup phase or in the early phase.
Absolutely. And also you have an event that you wanted to talk about that's coming up at the University of Tampa on April 6th. Tell us about this event.
Yeah, what Working Women strives to do is partner with our local universities who are all doing amazing things. It came out yesterday that USF is going to, along with the Tampa Bay Wave, which is also one of our partners, just got a $500,000 grant that's going to be used for helping startups, and a lot of those being women. The University of Tampa also has an entrepreneurial center. They're actually building a beautiful building over on Kennedy, right on the outskirts of their campus. And this year they've kicked off an Enterprising Women speaker series. And so we're partnering with them on that. It's this Monday coming up, April 6th. And
okay.
Charlotte Baker, who is the co-founder of Digital Hands, will be speaking at 4:30. I'm going to go ahead and put that on our Facebook page, the link to register. That way, if anyone has an interest in going, we'll be going as a group, so you can join Working Women there. But we wanted to highlight, the fact that Working Women is so connected to our local community and our local higher education, and they're doing great things too. And we would love for, your guests and anyone listening on the radio to join us.
Okay, we'll definitely
visit University of Tampa.
Yeah, absolutely, and we'll get that up on the show recap, the information for that after the show. So, Jessica, thank you very much for checking in this morning and for helping out here on Working Women Wednesdays on That Business Show.
You're welcome. All right, guys, have a great show.
Thank you, Jessica, very much. Learn more about the Working Women networking group over at workingwomenoftampabay.com. Again, this is a weekly feature here on That Business Show every Wednesday, highlighting two professional women from the networking group. So if you're a professional woman out in the Tampa Bay region, you might consider joining the networking group, workingwomenoftampabay.com. I'm going to bring on my first guest today, Julianne Nichols, who is the CEO of Focus on You Strategy. She is a serial entrepreneur, and having been a disc jockey, private investigator, and a handbag designer, her reputation as a well-respected, trusted, and highly valued advisor to countless businesses is no accident. Julianne combines an open and welcoming personality, a contagious sense of humor, and an astute head for business that has propelled her to be consistently approached as an expert in personal and business branding and being the CEO of You. Julianne, welcome to the show today.
Good morning.
Good morning. So tell me about your business, Focus on You, and becoming the CEO of your own business, I guess.
Well, at Focus on You, we basically are coaches that empower individuals and groups to unlock hidden potential, and we discover new ways of thinking. So to clarify your goals, develop strategies to grow, earn, achieve more, and excel in your business.
Okay, so this is a coaching business, correct?
It is. I like to call us strategists. We're entrepreneur strategists. We really work with you to come up with ways to make money.
Okay, so what are some of the tools that you utilize? I mean, the coaching business, there's a lot of people in that space. How do you set yourself apart from all the different coaches that are out there in the marketplace right now?
Basically, we're not a cookie cutter program. We're not, typical of we don't do everything on the web. We're more like individual one-on-one. We do have some group mastermind programs, and of course the We Too that Jessica mentioned earlier. But really what we like to do is we like to focus on getting you to shift your thinking so that you are running your business as a CEO and not as an employee of your business.
Now, do you strictly work with women? Do you work with men also, or is this just...
I work with both. However, the majority of my clients are women.
Okay. Now, your website, focusonyoustrategy.com. This is where you get more information on this, focusonyoustrategy.com, where you can find out about the workshops and a little bit more about Julianne Nichols and her business. But interesting thing, you said you were a private investigator, in a prior career, and that led a little bit into how you became a coach now. Mm-hmm. Talk to me about this story.
Actually, when I started my private detective business, I was 25 years old, married with a 2 and a 5-year-old. And I was actually working as a legal secretary in a law firm. I'm going to age myself a little bit, but this was back in the day when we had pagers. And I got a phone call from the preschool saying that my son had the chicken pox. And I tried to page my husband, and of course there was no response, and I couldn't wait any longer. And I went to my boss and I said, hey, I need to go. My kids are sick. And I was actually told not only could I not leave, but we had a trial coming up and I needed to help with that trial. And I quit my job that day. And as I'm going to get my kids, butterflies in my stomach, feeling, what have I done? Oh, no. Right. And then to face my husband and tell him I quit my job was not really great.
Quit your job to be a private investigator of all things, correct?
Yeah. And so when he asked me what I was going to do, I said, I'm going to be a private detective. And he thought I was crazy. And
so what kind of work were you doing in the private investigation? Were you searching out the cheating spouse type of work?
No, not really that much. We really specialized in workers' compensation fraud and insurance fraud. Actually, one of the best stories I have about Just Do It is the fact that probably within the first year of my business, I got, it's kind of like a joke, two attorneys sitting in a bar. One attorney says to the other attorney, hey, do you know anybody who does surveillance? And,
right.
Switch over to me and screaming kids running around and my phone's ringing and I'm answering the phone, hello.
So you're out there, I mean, what people that, scam the workers' fraud, workers' comp business and everything. A lot of people don't realize there's people out there looking for these people, the person with the broken leg who's out there water skiing the next day.
Insurance fraud's the number one crime in America. People don't realize that. That's why our rates are so dang high. There's just so much insurance fraud that, there's somebody out there watching, and even more so now than when I was doing it. I mean, this has been years ago. So,
how long did you work in that space? In private investigation?
15 years.
15 years. And then did that lead into the Focus on You strategy, or was there another business between there?
There was. I did a little dabbling in the mortgage industry, and then I decided to create handbags and pursued that.
How'd that go? The handbag business obviously can be a very profitable business for the right designers. How did that go for you?
It was okay. When I started it, it was a really good time to start it, and then shortly after that, the recession hit. Nobody's buying luxury items, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of peddling luxury type product.
Were you just a one-woman shop there? You built your own, and so you didn't really have a production. So
we did have some abilities to produce more, but it really didn't get to that point. And so I realized during that time, a lot of women were coming to me and asking me a lot of questions about running your own business. How do you do that? And I realized maybe I had a lot to offer women to help them grow their businesses. So that's when we started Focus on You Strategy.
Focus on You Strategy. And that's been in operation for how long now?
Since 2008.
2008. All right, got to take a quick break. I want to hear a lot more about the Focus on You Strategy with Julianne Nichols here on That Business Show with Jamie Meloni, where business becomes show business.
Are you in need of new flooring or ready to tackle that home remodeling project? Then contact Yeager & Company Incorporated, a family-owned, state-certified general contracting business with over 70 years of experience and the recipient of the Angie's List Super Service Award for the last 8 years in multiple categories. Yeager & Company comes to you with their shop-at-home flooring sales service, and their hardwood flooring refinishing is the very best in the Bay. Kitchen and bath design featuring American-made, well-born cabinets, and all work is done by employees, not subcontractors. Learn more at YeagerFlooring.com. In the market for a reverse mortgage? Contact Access Reverse, a local company with personalized service in the Bay Area. Call them at 727-347-0305 or visit accessreverse.com for a no-cost, no-obligation consultation. They'll come to your home and speak with you about the best options for your reverse mortgage. Plus, they offer the lowest closing costs. Don't just get a reverse mortgage. Get the right reverse mortgage with Access Reverse. Visit accessreverse.com. NMLS number 4566.
Hey there, it's Lynn Wise, the founder of Wise Business Advisors and Contractor Business Alliance. I am a certified value builder advisor, and I help business owners build a company that will allow them to have the business that they dreamed of when they started. Why did you go into business for yourself? I'm sure it was not to work 100 hours a week with no work-life balance and no financial freedom. What am I talking about? I'm talking about building a business that provides value to you and your family now and in the future. You can learn about the 8 essential areas of a business that you must build to have a business that can be an asset for your future. Go to wisebusinessadvisors.com and take the Value Builder score. It is free and will deliver your score immediately on how you are doing on building a valuable business for you and your family. Or call me at 772-834-8513 to learn more about the Value Builder system.
Bud Spriggs and Movement Mortgage wants you to experience the thrill of one-day underwriting and the comfort in knowing your loans will be clear to close in record time. While the competition looks to a lost closing date, Bud Spriggs and Movement Mortgage focus on their 12-day clear to close. They do this by utilizing their world-class operations staff to underwrite your loan within 6 hours, process your loan in 12 days, and have your loan closed in time. Underwritten in 6 hours, cleared to close in 12 days. Bud Spriggs and Movement Mortgage.
Are you looking for a local real estate firm that knows the market and has your interests in mind? Then contact Jim McPeak at McPeak Real Estate Firm, a family-owned business whose agents have over 60-plus years of experience in the Tampa Bay market. Many of the agents are military veterans that know the VA process for buying a home and are proud to help our military members in any way they can. From residential to commercial real estate, McPeak Real Estate Firm is here to help. Contact Jim at 813-495-3875 and learn more at McPeakTeam.com.
This report is brought to you by Advance Auto Parts. Wondering if your car's battery is reaching the end of the line? Stop by Advance Auto Parts. They'll test it for you, free of charge. And if you do need a new battery, they'll install that too. Again, no charge. Only at Advance Auto Parts.
From the Bright House Network's Traffic Center.
Very slow traffic this morning southbound 275 between Bird Street to about Hillsborough Avenue. Also big delays southbound along the Veterans Expressway this morning approaching Waters Avenue due to an earlier wreck that has been moved off to the side, but still very slow traffic. Also northbound I-75 from US 301 to State Road 60, you'll see some delays.
Today, mostly sunny, high of 80, a 10% rain chance inland, high 84. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 64. Tomorrow, a 10% rain chance, high 83.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Meloni on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Meloni.
Welcome back, everybody, to That Business Show with Jamie Meloni, where business becomes show business on this Working Women Wednesdays feature. Again, a weekly segment here on That Business Show dedicated to the Working Women of Tampa Bay Networking Group and founder and CEO Jessica Ravelli, who was nice enough to take on the responsibility of sending me two professional women each and every Wednesday that I get to talk to and highlight their business strategies and their path through entrepreneurship. And it's been a great relationship. Again, learn more about the Working Women of Tampa Bay group over at workingwomenoftapabay.com. Currently talk with Julianne Nichols. She is the CEO and founder of the Focus on You strategy, where you can learn more over at focusonyoustrategy.com. So Julianne, before the break there, we were talking a little bit about your path through entrepreneurship and into you starting this business back in, I think you said 2008, was it?
Yes.
Okay, so tell me a little bit more about the business now. When how many clients do you have, and what's a typical package work? Do you come in and you have some weekly sessions with people, or how does your program work?
Right now we have about 25. I have about 25 clients that come in for one-on-one on a weekly basis. I actually have an office with Karen Gilman's On Point Executive Center, so it's a very convenient location for us. And you come in for an hour every week, and there are different programs: 3 months, 6 months, and 12 months. And what we do is we start where you are, and we try to get you unstuck and get you on the path to where you want to be. So the first is to focus on where you want to be, and then how you're going to get there. And then I hold you accountable, and I have lots of little exercises and things homework that I give you to get you to start shifting your thinking.
What are some of the consistent messages you see from new entrants into your program? What are some of the challenges that you're constantly facing, that people are constantly facing you with?
The biggest one, especially for women, is lack of self-confidence. Not being able to, really make a decision and feel good about it. We tend to bring in that emotion and, I'm worried about hurting somebody's feelings, and they don't just make a decision, stick with it, and be confident with that decision. And so my goal is to get you to shift that thinking to say, this is business. You have to make decisions and you have to move forward, and you can't be always worried about, that nurturing side that we have. Not to say that you have to be less compassionate, but just make a decision and move forward. Another thing is women don't know the value of what they're worth. That's one of the biggest things.
We talk about pay equity on the program a number of times. Go ahead and elaborate.
Yeah, and the biggest thing is that they give it away. They're constantly giving away their services or their products because they're trying to get people, but they don't realize that's really hurting them. And so they really need to be strong and confident on what they're worth and what the value of themselves are, so that they...
How do they stand up to the boss and say, you're paying me 70 cents on the dollar, 80 cents on the dollar for my, what I'm worth? Well, how do they approach, a dominant male figure, even a female figure for that matter, in the space of pay equity? What are some of the tips and ways they can present their arguments, to get, on the level of equality that they deserve in their position?
Well, a lot of it is standing up for yourselves. I've got women right now who work at banks, which is a predominantly male industry, and they're constantly being passed over or looked at differently, and not being treated as an equal, and yet their numbers are high. They're, doing, it's a battle that we've constantly had to have.
Do they need to show up with, facts and figures and sheets of information, or is it better just to approach it, casually and in an everyday conversation? How do you advise?
I think you have to always be measuring, whether you're self-employed or employed. You have to always be measuring, because nobody's going to do it for you. So you have to do it for yourself. And in order for you to stand up for yourself, you're going to have to come with that. Hey, this is what I've done. This is, why not me? And why can't I get that pay raise? Yeah,
I know of the administration, Obama's administration, has made pay equity a big part of their administration. They signed into law, his first law he signed into effect, I think, Lilly Ledbetter Act, and that is designed to protect women in the workplace and stuff. So if people aren't familiar with that, the women out there, the Lilly Ledbetter Act, I think I'm saying that right, Ledbetter, guides them, or says that they, have to receive equal pay for equal work. But the challenge is, is how can you really say something is equal? There's so many different ways to spin something in the workplace.
There is. I would really love it to see it when we're not saying male executive or female executive or female CEO. We're just saying she's the CEO, right, or he's the CEO, right, instead of having to define male or female. I would really love to see that someday.
Talk to me about some of the results that you've had through your Focus on You strategy sessions.
Mainly, it's the big shift in thinking. When you start thinking like a CEO, you're making decisions, you're focusing on where you want to be, and you get there faster. The biggest shift I see in a very short time is women telling me, I cannot believe the aha moments I have when I just start focusing on one thing. So many times we're focused on 15 different things as women. If I go and do your CEO chart, you'll have like the CEO of you, and then you'll have like 10 things underneath you. And it's no wonder you can't get anything done, because you're trying to do it all. And CEOs don't do it all. You have to delegate, and you have to put processes in place. So once we start putting that system into place, it's amazing, the transformation. People start making more money. They're more confident. They start making decisions, and their business starts to grow.
Now, do you do group coaching sessions? Is this one-on-one? What are some of the different aspects of the program?
There are one-on-one, and then there are also group sessions. We recently just started some Focus on You mastermind groups. Those are like your accountability advisory board, and it's the same group of women that come in every time. But then we also, as Jessica had mentioned earlier, we have what we call the Women's Entrepreneur Exchange that we do on the first Tuesday of every month at Karen Gilman's On Point Executive Center, which is a beautiful facility. And we invite, 10, 12 women to come, present a business challenge, and then everybody just jumps in and helps each other try to figure out how to resolve it. And there's twofold that happen. One, you feel like you're giving, and then also you receive. Everybody gets an opportunity to present their challenge and get feedback. And the great thing about this is that while you're getting your feedback, you're not allowed to talk, and you have to listen, and that's hard, especially for women. We're so busy telling everybody what we do and how we do it, we're not listening to what our clients are telling us. And so this is a great opportunity for you to come, be open to receiving, and get your challenge, get a solution to your challenge.
Okay, so this is the women's we're just talking specifically now about the Women Entrepreneurs Exchange, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and when does this go on again? I think Jessica was talking about this at the top of the hour. Let's rehash this again. So this is is this a monthly segment as part of the Working Women of Tampa Bay?
It is. Okay. It's on the first Tuesday of every month from 9 to 11 at On Point Executive Center.
Okay, so first Tuesday of every month at the On Point Executive Center, and of course I'll get this up on the show recap and everything here in just a moment. Actually, we got it up on on the Streamcast. We stream all of our shows live. So if you head over to TampaBayRadio.com and you click on the live stream, you'll see us here in studio each and every day. And also we play the feedback over on YouTube and a number of different places. So catch the show feedback over on TampaBayRadio.com. So Julie, let's we've got about a minute left here and everything. So talk to the audience here about why they should contact you and how they can get involved with you to learn more about your business.
Well, if you're feeling stuck wherever you are, whether you work for yourself or you work for a company and you just want to move forward and make money and get to where you want to be. I want to be in Italy with, in a villa somewhere drinking wine. Then what do I got to do to get there?
Right.
And so just give us a call. You can reach us at 813-609-2223, or you can email us at julianne@focusonustrategy.com. Or come to one of our events. The We Too is next Tuesday. It looks like there's 3 more openings, so we limit it to 10 people. So, go online, get registered, come and know more about us.
Sounds good. Thank you very much, Julianne, for stopping in on this first half of Working Women Wednesdays here on That Business Show with Jamie Meloni.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. We'll be talking with Karen Gilman here on the second part of the show. She's the Vice President of Sales and Marketing at On Point Executive Center on That Business Show with Jamie Meloni, where business becomes show business.
Hi, welcome to Yeager's. We just want to take a minute and show you what we're all about. At Yeager's, our primary business is hardwood flooring, although we are remodelers for kitchen, bath, and general construction. We operate a fleet of shop-at-home vans that have all the flooring-type products, hardwood flooring, laminate flooring, tile, stone, what have you. So we're able to come out first with products in our vehicles and take a look at the setting, how the colors will work, and then to be able to come up with some options and ideas for you. If that's not good enough, we have a large distribution center that we inventory product and have a nice display area.
Bad water, call 1-888-WATER-99. Whether you have city water or well water, Connecticut can make it great water. That's 1-888-WATER-99.
I'm a state-of-the-art 60-inch flat-screen TV. And I mean, not to brag or anything, but if a burglar ever breaks into this place, I'm pretty certain I'm the first thing he's going to steal. I mean, it's not like he's going to take that recliner over there. Or that coffee table.
Your stuff can't protect itself. That's why the Geico Insurance Agency helps make it easy to switch and save on renter's insurance. Renter's insurance will cover personal property loss or damage as well as provide liability protection. Visit geico.com today.
Now, kid, I know you look at me and think, man, that guy knows everything. And you're right, I do. But occasionally even I get stumped. I know, hard to believe. But when I need help, I get it from Grainger. Grainger can solve just about anything, from finding the right products to advice on installation to troubleshooting. Grainger gets me what I need right when I need it. When a guru needs a guru, who does a guru call? Guru calls Grainger. Get it? Got it? Good. Call clickgrainger.com or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This report is brought to you by Advance Auto Parts. Advance Auto Parts introduces Speed Perks Rewards Program. Spend $100 and get $20 off your next qualified purchase. No cards, no points, no nonsense. See details online at advanceautoparts.com.
From the Bright House Network's Traffic Center.
Very heavy traffic this morning southbound along the Veterans Expressway approaching Waters Avenue due to an earlier accident. Also southbound 275 is stop and go from Barris Avenue to about Hillsborough Avenue. And look out for an accident, Sly Avenue just east of Armenia Avenue that may slow you down, and a vehicle fire, Dale Mabry Highway north of Lambright Street.
1250 winds, Weather Center forecast. Sunshine, a few clouds picking up throughout the morning and afternoon. 10% chance for an isolated shower. High today in the upper 70s, near 80. Low tonight, mid 60s. Impact Radio 1250 winds.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Meloni on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Meloni.
Welcome back, everybody, to That Business Show with Jamie Meloni, where business becomes show business. It's Working Women Wednesdays, again, a weekly feature here on That Business Show, geared towards highlighting the successes and accomplishments of the professional women over at the Working Women of Tampa Bay Networking Group. And again, thank you very much to CEO and founder of the Working Women of Tampa Bay Group, Jessica Ravelli for taking upon herself to find me two professional women each and every Wednesday from their group to send over and chat with me. Always interested in hearing what the women are out there doing in our community, and also always striving to help them achieve pay equity and compete against the male-dominated business environment that's out there. So something that I make a focus of each and every Wednesday here on That Business Show with Jamie Meloni. So again, please tune into this segment each Wednesday, and also you'll find this show on here weekdays at 8 a.m. across the week here on 1250 WHNZ, talking to all the different business owners and entrepreneurs in and around the community. And so if you're a fellow business owner who would like to get on the show here and talk with me about what it is that you're doing, please reach out to me. Email is the best way to get me, jamie@tampabayradio.com. Again, jamie@tampabayradio.com, and you also can learn more about the show and also contact me through my contact form on my website, which, of course, is tampabayradio.com. Also on the site, you can catch our live stream as we stream all the shows live here in the studio. And please connect with me on all the social networking sites, facebook.com under That Business Show. Also on SoundCloud, YouTube, Twitter under Jamie_Meloni. And also you can catch me up on iTunes as well. So if you're a podcast listener, please catch me on demand. Just search for That Business Show over there on iTunes. And we usually get the shows up usually within 24 to 48 hours after the broadcast. If you're just tuning in on the first part of the show, we were talking with Julianne Nichols. She was the CEO and founder of the Focus on You strategy. A great talk about her path through entrepreneurship, how she went from private investigator into handbag designing, and then into the coaching space, and some great information, some great tips from Julianne Nichols. Learn more about her over at FocusOnYouStrategy.com. On the second part of the show here, we got another guest in, Karen Gilman, Vice President of Sales and Marketing at On Point Executive Center. As team leader at On Point Executive Center, Karen's personal management style shines in every aspect of the company. From the performance of their professional staff to the impressive physical and technological elements of the business, Karen's ability to find perfection radiates brightly. Throughout her 10-year career serving the virtual office industry, she has brought in over 1,000 new clients and tripled the company's revenue and defined new service offerings to support small businesses. Karen, welcome to the show today.
Hi, Jamie. Thanks for having me.
Hey,
That's a great sounding bio. Whoever wrote that, thank you.
Was that you, or who did that?
I had to have collaborated on it, but that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, no, you did a great job. Very highlighting all your different, things about yourself and everything, and about your business and your accomplishments. So great job in that space. So give me an overview of On Point Executive Center and what exactly is virtual officing.
On Point Executive Center has been serving the Tampa Bay area since 1999. Our specialty is virtual officing, which serves startups, entrepreneurs, and small business owners, and it provides a space where they can land a corporate office and use our corporate address services. At that point, coming in at that level of membership, they then have access to all of the a la carte services that we offer, including offices and conference rooms by the hour, virtual assistants by the hour as needed, a full range of phone services, 813 telephone numbers, 800 telephone numbers, full-time receptionists to answer those calls. They can do intake forms, set appointments. We assist on the back end with social media, data entry, any type of virtual assistant task, typically something that can be trained in 30 minutes or less. And if you're spending your time doing that, which is a lot of the pitfalls that small business owners and entrepreneurs make, they try to save money and do it all themselves. Those are great tasks that you can outsource to On Point Executive Center.
Now, first, where is On Point Executive Center located? Let's establish the location. Where is this at?
On Point Executive Center is located on beautiful Rocky Point, which is conveniently located to Clearwater, the airport, West Shore, and downtown Tampa.
Is this a membership-only type of situation? Can you come in there for 1 day or 1 week type of situations, or do you have to pay for a membership to the building? Talk to me a little bit about how the operation runs.
I would say about 90% of our business is membership-based, and I was thinking about it on my drive in today. We probably have 20 members who have been with us since the opening in 1999. The other 10% are people that use us, and they're called day members, and that might be a travel executive who's just flying into the Tampa Bay area for a day. We have shot 12 documentaries and TV pilots at On Point Executive Center, and those film crews would fly in for a day or for a weekend and just use us on a day membership. So yes, we do open it up, but they pay a little bit higher premium.
How many different businesses and people do you have operating in there on a daily basis? How big's the building? How many different rooms do you have? A little bit about that.
We serve roughly 300 different companies, both in the Tampa Bay area, nationally and internationally. On a daily basis, 13 of those businesses are there with us full-time, using us on an executive suite level. The rest are coming in, using the rooms on 15-minute increments, and it's a revolving door. Every day is a different day at On Point Executive Center. We have seen every type of meeting setup that you can even imagine.
Okay.
There are mediators, attorneys, adoption agencies. We have polygraphers. It's very much like what you would see in a chamber lineup, extended.
Right. So you got all these different range of businesses that you service. You've mentioned attorneys and then daycare centers. And what are some of the other?
Not a daycare. It's an adoption agency. We've had several of those.
Okay. What are some of the other businesses and ideas that people can use in this space? Can real estate agents? And...
We have lots of real estate agents, financial advisors, IT professionals, marketing firms, business consultants, and we've got a great one in studio with us today, Julianne Nichols.
Yes, she's in your space as well.
She
correct?
is in our space.
We were just talking to her on the first part of the show. So
she's actually a great example because we collaborate on several different things. She uses us as an executive suite to host her roughly 25 different consulting appointments that she has throughout the week, and then we also co-host the WE2 for Working Women of Tampa Bay, and that's a totally different room type setup. And then I also participate in her annual executive roundtable, and again, that's a totally different meeting type setup. So lots of different collaborations and types of uses for the meeting rooms.
So Julianne, you do all of a lot of your business out of the On Point Executive Center?
I do. I just recently went there starting in January, and it's the best move I ever made. It's just, and it's a great space. It's beautiful. It's that, you have great views, and it's so easy to access for my clients.
And you have different membership options. I was asking initially about if people would come in there on kind of a pay-as-you-go type of plan, but ideally you come in and you pay for a year or something. Is that typically how it works?
Actually, it's even better than that. We start our memberships on a 90-day basis.
90 days, okay.
And so there's other people who do it and they say there's no membership required. We want a little skin in the game. We want to know that you're going to stick around. There's quite a bit to set up an account between codes, passcodes, cards, phone numbers, voicemails, etc. So we started a 90-day membership, but that's still short and sweet. After that, we just ask for a 30-day notice to cancel. So if it works for you, that's fantastic. If it doesn't, no problem. Just give us a 30-day notice to cancel, and you're out.
Okay, I'm over at your site right now, onpointexecutivecenter.com. Again, onpointexecutivecenter.com. And I'm just looking at some of the services that you offer, and typical stuff that we would need: address, mail services, conference rooms, notary, smartboard. What's a smartboard?
Oh, smartboard is an amazing.
Awesome.
It is. It's awesome. It's a beautiful piece of technology that we brought in at the beginning of the year. It's a huge 70-inch mega board. You can use it as a computer, a whiteboard. It's online. It's also connected to our server, so any of the documents that you're working on, you can print to our black and white or color printer. And if someone is sitting in the room with an iPad or a smartphone, they can communicate with the board. And there's another way that it works. I haven't done it yet, but supposedly your workers can be out in the field and communicate with the board also with their iPads and smart tablets.
Very nice. So you also got a cafe in there, of course.
We do.
Business book exchange.
We do.
You help with social media posts. How does that work?
Well, the word on the block is that manual posts have a better traction rate than some of these auto feeds.
Yeah, I use Hootsuite. I've talked about that a number of times on my show.
And I use that also. But there are companies out there who prefer to have a manual post, or there are small businesses out there who just don't have the time to sit in front of their computer and manage all of those different outlets, or they just don't want to do it. So they can meet with us, or we can meet with their marketing department. We can schedule out a month, 2 months, 3 months in advance, and then our staff can do the back-end work. We sometimes can do research on different articles, or they can provide the posts to us, and then we have our virtual assistants all throughout our suite who can post those all throughout the day.
Okay, is that something that's an add-on then, or is that something?
It is an add-on,
okay,
and
so
it's on at an as-needed basis.
Okay, and how many posts do you recommend, or how many posts are people doing? I mean, that's something I've talked about on the show before. What do you advise clients? Should they be doing something daily, something every other hour? What do you?
I really think it depends on the type of industry and the actual person, the professional. If you're one of those outgoing people who wants to share absolutely everything, that would require quite a bit more work. If you're a little more quiet, a little more private, and you only want to share about your business, then we would scale it down quite a bit.
Now, what are some of the challenges you're experiencing working with the small business owners out there in the Tampa Bay and regional communities?
One of the challenges, and one of the heartbreaks for me, is I get so involved with the different companies that come in. I get to know them personally, get to know about their business. Our staff becomes very available to them. One of the biggest heartbreaks and disappointments is the failure rate of small businesses, right. And unfortunately, over 50% of them fail within the first 3 years, and so that's a big disappointment.
Wow. What do you find most rewarding, though, working with the small business owners and in your business at On Point Executive Center?
It's the complete flip side. It's the victories and the triumphs and the successes, and again, getting to know them personally, going through the ups and downs with their families, their personal lives. It is very rewarding.
Some great information. Got to take a quick break, but coming back from the break, you also have a great weight loss story of losing about over 140 pounds. You're telling me about, and also you have a book that you've recently authored. I want to hear more about that coming back from the break. So if you're just tuning in, you're listening to Karen Gilman here, Vice President of Sales and Marketing of On Point Executive Center, here on Working Women Wednesdays on That Business Show with Jamie Meloni, where business becomes show business.
Are you in need of new flooring or ready to tackle that home remodeling project? Then contact Yeager & Company Incorporated, a family-owned, state-certified general contracting business with over 70 years of experience and the recipient of the Angie's List Super Service Award for the last 8 years in multiple categories. Yeager & Company comes to you with their shop-at-home flooring sales service, and their hardwood flooring refinishing is the very best in the Bay. Kitchen and bath design featuring American-made, well-born cabinets, and all work is done by employees, not subcontractors. Learn more at YeagerFlooring.com. In the market for a reverse mortgage? Contact Access Reverse, a local company with personalized service in the Bay Area. Call them at 727-347-0305 or visit AccessReverse.com for a no-cost, no-obligation consultation. They'll come to your home and speak with you about the best options for your reverse mortgage. Plus, they offer the lowest closing costs. Don't just get a reverse mortgage. Get the right reverse mortgage with Access Reverse. Visit AccessReverse.com. NMLS number 4566.
Hey there, it's Lynn Wise, the founder of Wise Business Advisors and Contractor Business Alliance. I am a certified value builder advisor, and I help business owners build a company that will allow them to have the business that they dreamed of when they started. Why did you go into business for yourself? I'm sure it was not to work 100 hours a week with no work-life balance and no financial freedom. What am I talking about? I'm talking about building a business that provides value to you and your family now and in the future. You can learn about the 8 essential areas of a business that you must build to have a business that can be an asset for your future. Go to wisebusinessadvisors.com and take the Value Builder score. It is free and will deliver your score immediately on how you are doing on building a valuable business for you and your family. Or call me at 772-834-8513 to learn more about the Value Builder system.
Bud Spriggs and Movement Mortgage wants you to experience the thrill of one-day underwriting and the comfort in knowing your loans will be clear to close in record time. While the competition looks to a lost closing date, Bud Spriggs and Movement Mortgage focus on their 12-day clear to close. They do this by utilizing their world-class operations staff to underwrite your loan within 6 hours, process your loan in 12 days, and have your loan closed in time. Underwritten in 6 hours, cleared to close in 12 days. Bud Spriggs and Movement Mortgage.
Are you looking for a local real estate firm that knows the market and has your interests in mind? Then contact Jim McPeak at McPeak Real Estate Firm, a family-owned business whose agents have over 60-plus years of experience in the Tampa Bay market. Many of the agents are military veterans that know the VA process for buying a home and are proud to help our military members in any way they can. From residential to commercial real estate, McPeak Real Estate Firm is here to help. Contact Jim at 813-495-3875 and learn more at McPeakTeam.com.
This report is brought to you by Advance Auto Parts. Advance Auto Parts introduces Speed Perks Rewards Program. Spend $100 and get $20 off your next qualified purchase. No cards, no points, no nonsense. See details online at advanceautoparts.com.
From the the Bright House Network's Traffic Center.
Very slow traffic this morning, southbound 275 between Bears Avenue to about Hillsborough Avenue due to a wreck blocking up your right emergency lane. Southbound Veterans Expressway is bumper to bumper as well this morning. And look out for delays northbound 275 across the span of the Howard Franklin Bridge making your way into Tampa. And look out for a vehicle fire, Dale Mabry Highway just north of Lambright Street.
Today, mostly sunny, high of 80, a 10% rain chance inland, high 84. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 64. Tomorrow, a 10% rain chance, high 83.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Meloni on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Meloni.
Welcome back, everybody, to That Business Show with Jamie Meloni, where business becomes show business, here on this Working Women Wednesdays feature on That Business Show. Again, a weekly feature sponsored by Jessica Ravelli's very influential networking group, Working Women of Tampa Bay. Learn more about them over at workingwomenoftampabay.com. And again, please tune into the show each and every weekday at 8 a.m., as this show is all about our business owners and entrepreneurs and people making a difference in the community. And learn more about the show over at TampaBayRadio.com. Currently talking with Karen Gilman, Vice President of Sales and Marketing of On Point Executive Center. In the first part of the segment, or first part of the second half of the show, we're talking about just the specifics of the business at On Point Executive Center, which is over in the Rocky Point area, just outside of Clearwater. But you have an interesting story of and a new book that you've authored on weight loss, and I think this is a great inspirational story to put out there for the listenership. So talk to me about your new book and your path through the weight loss industry.
Okay, Jamie. In 2004, I've got a long list of dumb things I've done in my life. But when I was writing the book, this has got to be definitely at the top of them. In 2004, I moved here from Oregon, and I weighed 345 pounds. And I don't know what 345-pound girl moves to the bathing suit capital of the world, which is Florida. But at that stage in my life, I found myself in a bad place. I was at a crossroads where I knew if I did not get my weight under control, it was going to continue to go downhill year after year after year. I'd been on the same dieting Ferris wheel for 10 years, and it was taking me nowhere. So I decided to go with the lap band surgery. And at that time, there wasn't a 10-year story that told what the band was going to do, what to expect.
What's the lap band? Is that something they tie around the insides or something? What is that thing?
It's a form of weight loss surgery, and it's a plastic. If you think of like a milk jug, the top of the cap, that's about the size of it. Okay. And it's a round circle that they surgically implant around the top of your stomach, and the inside lining of that circle is like an inner tube. Okay. And then there's a cord that goes down, and there's a port at the bottom that they put at the bottom of your stomach that kind of looks like the end of a stethoscope. And they can take a needle and poke it in that stethoscope and inject saline that makes the band expand or retract depending on where you are in your weight loss phase. If I needed to restrict the amount of food that I was eating, I have absolutely no self-control. Right. No self-control whatsoever. Okay. And if I needed to restrict the amount of food that I was eating, they would fill it up with saline, and the band would get smaller.
And make you feel full.
Exactly.
Make you feel full. Is it? Obviously, the big one out there, the gastric bypass, a very dangerous surgery that has I think it has like a 10% mortality rate to that. 1 in 10 people do pass.
And the band came after that.
So the band came after that. I still hear a lot of people that are severely overweight talking about the gastric bypass, but the lap band surgery no surgery is safe. I want to stress that, but I mean, how was that experience? Was there a lot of recovery time to that, or was that a fairly simple procedure in the terms of procedures go? Tell me about that.
It's a minimally invasive procedure, and remember, I had this 10 years ago. So 10 years ago, it was fairly new. They were very cautious. I actually ended up spending a night in the hospital and the rest of the day. Now, 10 years fast forward, it's an outpatient surgery.
Well, and what was the time frame to lose? You lost 145 pounds, correct?
I did.
140. What was the time frame between the peak and the weight loss?
It took me about 1.5 years to get the bulk of the weight off, and then probably another 5 years to get the last 20 pounds off.
Wow, that's incredible. So, I mean, I struggle with my own weight loss. I can't even lose 10 pounds. Here I got somebody losing 145 pounds. Incredible. Now, you wrote a book about this, too. It's Never Too Late, the title of the book. Talk to me about your book.
Well, again, 10 years out, I saw people all the time online just getting ready to go have the surgery. Anyone who knew I'd ever had the surgery, if they had any interest in it, they would be asking me the same questions over and over again. So I actually originally started out just typing up a few notes in a Word document, and I thought, well, if a mom asks me or a wife or a sister of someone who's going to have it, at least I can follow the conversation up with this document with all of the details that they don't have to remember. So little by little, a couple pages turned into more pages, turned into a chapter. I started the WE2 group with Working Women of Tampa Bay and Julianne Nichols, and I learned about this fantastic app, which I downloaded onto my phone. It's called Saga Diary.
Saga Diary.
And I actually drive from Plant City to Rocky Point at least 4 days a week. So I used that time wisely, and I would turn that little app on, and I would start talking into my phone.
Okay.
And I would tell the story over and over again. I would get to my computer, take my cord, pop it in, and take the data that was on my phone and put it on my computer and have this talk-to-text document that I would then just have to manipulate.
Right.
So it was fairly easy to do. And then I started going through old photo albums and pulling out pictures and reminiscing and going back down memory lane. And before I knew it, I had a book.
Where can the book be found? Do you have it on Amazon, or did you self-publish? Did you take it to a publisher? Tell me about where the book is located.
I did. And again, that was another great thing that I got out of the WE2. I pitched out the idea of, what people thought about self-publishing versus finding a publisher, etc. Got back some great feedback. And I actually did the pros and cons and decided to do the self-publishing route. You can get the book on my website, which is KarenGilman.com, and Gilman has a double L, so KarenGilman.com. You can also get it on CreateSpace.com. If you know anybody who has self-published with CreateSpace and Amazon, always try to find their book on CreateSpace because the royalty is much better than buying it through Amazon.
That's right.
Or you can get the book on Amazon if you would like, and then after a certain period of time, it'll be available through expanded distribution.
Well, congratulations on that accomplishment.
Thank you.
We still got a couple minutes left. You also own another business here I want to cover briefly. Charity Chicks. Tell me about this.
Charity Chicks. Charity Chicks is another love of mine, and my co-founder, Lisa Ford, with Invent Your Image, and I founded Charity Chicks in 2009, and we decided to start our own networking group. We'd been in several networking groups around the Tampa Bay area, but each of our personal lives have taken a change. I, at that time, had a newborn baby, and I wasn't able to make the early morning groups, so we decided to start our own group where we could make our own rules, break our own rules, and we wanted to meet as many women business professionals that we could, but we really didn't have a need to have it be a money-making business for us, for our businesses. We had our own businesses going. So we decided that we would make it membership-based, so we'd have a little skin in the game, and all of the money that comes in goes back out to local charities.
Okay.
So each year we choose 5 or 6 different charities that we're going to support, as well as different charities that come along throughout the year. This year our charities are Fulfill Your Destiny, Dress for Success Tampa Bay, the Children's Home, the Crisis Center of Tampa Bay, Pace Center for Girls, and most recently we supported Everyday Blessings. And all of those charities and any of the information you want to know about the organization is online at charitychicks.com, and that's CHICS.
Yeah, I was going to ask you there before the break.
We are chic. We are chic.
So yeah, I'm over at the site now, charitychicks.com.
Yes.
Just take the K off of the chicks, so it's like chic. So charitychicks.com, and over there, I see you support a number of different charities.
We do, and we actually meet the third Tuesday of every month at On Point Executive Center, and we always welcome guests to attend. And then we also, with Jody Perez and Jeannie Holiday, have opened up a chapter in North Tampa, and you can find their information on our website as well.
Some great information here. Got to thank Karen for coming into the studio today and talking to us about On Point Executive Center, about Charity Chicks, and sharing that great story of weight loss. And congratulations on that accomplishment, as well as Congratulations, the book that you've launched
you.
as well. So, also thank you over to Julianne Nichols, CEO of Focus on You Strategy, for stopping in this morning as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And also thank you to Jessica Ravelli of the Working Women of Tampa Bay for making this weekly segment possible. Again, Working Women Wednesdays here on That Business Show with Jamie Meloni. Learn more about the Working Women of Tampa Bay group over at the site workingwomenoftapabay.com. I hope everybody has a great day. Keep in mind it's April 1st out there, so be looking out for the April Fool's Days jokes, so don't let those get you. And again, tune into the show tomorrow morning again at 8 a.m. here on 1250 WHZ to That Business Show with Jamie Meloni, where business becomes show business.